encouraged.
Can we get a cup of coffee in here, please?
Damn good coffee and hot.
You're listening to Coffee with a Dog on Live 365 Mind Dog Radio.
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with the Dog. You make me laugh.
No. How about that? No. I made myself all verklempt over that. No. Something is wrong with me. Again. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, what a... And welcome, my fellow citizens of Earth. It is Tuesday. Some people call it Super Tuesday. I call them idiots. It's Tuesday, March 5th, 2024. Feels like it should be the 6th. Did I miss a day somewhere? Anyway, or did I imagine an extra day somewhere? Anyway, it is March 5th, 2024. Hope it's a beautiful day where you are today. Still dreary, rainy, crappy, pre-spring weather here. I don't know. I just don't know. Super Tuesday. It's not a Super Tuesday. It's a Tase Me Tuesday. It's a clown show. This is a clown show today. Or it might be a clown show. Promi, or Promi, or Promi, or Promi, with two eyes, might be here at 9:15. Promi the clown, or Promi the clown, or Promi the clown, or Promi the clown. I feel like a clown. It's a clown show. Anyway, he might be here, but I got an email that he has no webcam on his laptop. He's going to try and use his phone. I think he might try and use his phone without headphones. We'll have echo. It will be a total clown show, train wreck clown show, circus of a show, if you will, and probably it might be trouble. We might have to go dark clown on this whole clown show, and I don't know. So that's coming up, and then later on, I can never. It's all pronunciation problems with me. Are you getting the sense of a pattern here? I can never pronounce the guest names correctly. Kya Vasha, Kya Vasha, who is an Omaha-based stand-up comedian, and another trans comedian will be with us at 10:15. So we're looking forward to that. She's got an interesting story because she's transgender, but she's also Catholic. That's not it's like oil and bananas, or garlic and vinegar, or something. They don't go together, is what I'm trying to say. It's early for me. I'm exhausted, overworked, underpaid, underappreciated, and all yours. Anyway, not much to talk about today, what's going on in the news, unless you care about ranting politics and Super Tuesday, and I don't care about Super Tuesday. I don't have a party that has had primaries. So there's nothing for me. And I'm in New York. You know what? New York doesn't matter anyway. I've never voted in a primary. I don't care. They're not giving me a real choice. It's an illusion of choice. If I got to choose, let me think about it, and I'll pick out a good president. How about let's see, how about Kanye West for president? How about that? No, I wouldn't. Maybe I take that back. Maybe I wouldn't pick out a good president. Obviously, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So that's the reason you don't even want me voting in the primaries. Anyway, I guess we'll open the dog pound now. Why not? Why not? We're getting ready for a clown show. Let's meet the clowns. That was nice. That's better. I love it when you do that. Don't you love when you can?
Good morning, everyone. MindDogTV.com. The only place to go to get your Mind Dog TV coffee, the shoes. The shoes. The only place to get the shoes. The Mind Dog shoes. Mind Dog, damn it.
They fit shoes in that cup.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
My mind could use a best friend because I have not slept. I am overgummied and under smoked or something. And I'm here, but I'm not really cognizant. I'm like Joe Biden right now.
Yeah. That's a great.
I think I'm exactly on the same level with him right now.
Except for you're not responsible for the safety and well-being of 350 million citizens.
Thank God for that, man. That's a weight off my shoulders.
Weight off our shoulders.
Yeah.
Fuck your shoulders.
No, I should not be responsible for anybody. This is a thing. Do you know? There are parts of America they're testing out universal income. The government's just giving you cash. But it's not everybody. Yeah, but you had to get that's not going to prove anything. That if we give some money to some people, they'll have a better life. Of course. You know what? And how do you qualify? I would love to qualify it. Just send me some cash. I'll tell you, it's all working out great. Send me some.
I think they're just trying. Well, not just trying, but somebody has a premise. And they're getting the money to test it out to see if it works.
Of course, it works by what? Saying that people's lives are going to be better.
No, not just that, but the long-term effects as well. And so I understand what they're doing and why they're doing it, and more power to them. And if it helps some people, great. If it gets a conversation started, if it gets a serious conversation started, that's good.
But they're giving it to people who already have some income. I mean, they went into a lottery, so people who are already on Social Security and stuff. Willie could use some free cash. Willie, couldn't you use some free cash?
Definitely.
He's living in the
if
wrong
anybody
town.
wants to send me free cash, you totally can.
Yeah, and wouldn't you say, yeah, life is better if they sent you free cash?
I mean,
it's better with free cash than without.
I would definitely say that. I would definitely
but not everybody would say that. See, some people would still complain. They still have some people still complain.
Well, no, and that's true because, dude, I know people that won't accept help. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I've been on hard times a lot. Partly, a lot due to my poor choices and stuff like that, and I'll admit that. But at the same time, I know people that when people have went to hand me cash just to help me out, I know people to be like, no, that's okay. I'm not taking that. And those people are out of their minds. I don't know what's wrong with those people. Listen,
let me just say that's from you. Not just coming in the mail in the form of a government check. Where nobody sees them taking it. Then I think the dynamic behind that changes a little bit. Nobody's watching. I'm getting free money coming to the mailbox or going directly to my account. Hey, I'm not Mr. Principal that much anymore. Nobody can tell. You know,
Right. Well, and here's the thing, it's a pride issue. It's a pride issue when people don't want to accept help or whatever. And
Right.
here's the deal with me. I spent 10 years of my life in prison because I was too proud to ask some people for help. And instead, I went out and made a boneheaded decision to rob the fucking store. That's the truth of what happened.
I think your decision was to get caught. That was the wrong decision. If you'd gotten away with it, you'd have been fine.
No, you know what? No, I wouldn't have been fine. Matter of fact, I probably would have went to prison for something worse, which is one of the things that, like.
But that's on you for not quitting when you were ahead.
I'm gonna take Willie's side here. If he would have got away with it, he probably would have made some more bad decisions along the way, and some of them might have been like, "Wow, flower shop was easy. How hard could it be to get rob a bank?"
You know what I mean? Yeah. If I got away with that, who knows what I would have been able to justify in my mind after that. I'm glad I got
some people.
I'm glad I went to prison because that's what made me change my perspective. I do not believe that my perspective would have been altered any other way.
That's true.
I mean, I'm glad it happened.
In that case, it wouldn't have then. If you really believe it wouldn't have been altered any other way, then it wouldn't have been altered any other way because that's what you believe.
I mean, right. That's a good point.
I believe in the goodness of in the bottom part of my heart, right around here, that if you had gotten away with the first one, you would have said, this is not the life I want to lead. And you would have turned yourself around. It's right here. There's this part of me right here.
Yeah, no, I definitely,
with all of my soul.
You probably would have got home and said, "Damn, I wish I would have got caught."
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely would have
been sad. You'd have been sad, and you would have taken the money and done wonderful things with it. Like maybe even have taken it and opened up, like maybe put the seeds of an open mic that turned into a comedy show that turned into a festival.
When I got arrested, I was doing, because I was doing comedy. I was like 2 weeks away from auditioning in Minneapolis for Last Comic Standing when I got arrested.
That's what I'm saying. If you had just gotten away with it, your whole comedy arc would have changed.
It would have definitely
would be Stan Talent or Sam Talent, or you would be talented, right?
No,
talentless.
Nobody would be Sam Talent except Sam Talent. He's always been Sam Talent. He'll always be Sam.
You would have
Talent.
been Will Talent, or Will Power, or something like that.
Wow.
By the way, if you don't go to see Sam Talent, if you're on Long Island or even anywhere in New York State, as far as Buffalo or Niagara Falls or whatever, if you don't go see Sam Talent, you're not my friend anymore. So that's the way. Those are the rules.
Oh man,
you have to if you want to be my friend.
Both of you who are his friend, the two of you that are his friends. If you don't go,
I feel like a friend wouldn't manipulate their other friends like that.
I know.
I think real friends would have allowed themselves to be manipulated just so that their friend would be happy.
I
mean that's true too. That is also true. Friendship is a complex thing.
It's not selfish though. It's not for me. I just want to put that out there. This is not for me. I'm cutting off my two friendships, as you say, for Sam Talent, not for personal needs of my own.
I mean, that is true. It's not.
I think it is for you. I think you want to say to them, Sam Talent is really funny. Go see him. You'll see I'm right. See, and then it's all about you again.
Honestly, if they go see him, they probably won't hear him because the sound system sucks at Govs anyway. So they'll just be like, "What's that big fat guy saying?"
Come on now.
Well, maybe they sit close. Maybe they sit in the front row and they're one of 4 people that do hear it.
Well, if I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have to sit right on the front stage like this, right in front of the stage, just like this the whole time.
Do they have people?
My mom for them? Growing up, my mom had hearing problems as well, and she had this little box that she would set next to the television, and then she would wear headphones, sitting in her chair, and it made the TV louder. Maybe you could just get one of those and set the little box up on the stage,
like a drive-in theater.
You want.
Yeah,
it'd be like a drive-in theater at Govs.
Put a little lapel mic on them for personal, just for my own little thing.
Just bring your earpiece, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm a little depressed that you guys aren't dressed like clowns. I was kind of hoping you would come on dressed like clowns this morning.
Well, the C in Will C stands for clown.
I know Will can't do it because his wife would leave. She'd run away. She'd
Yeah,
be
no,
scared.
well, especially, and she's kind of, so I'm doing ever since we've been back in New Mexico, I've been doing the show in the bedroom. Because I really can't do it out there anymore because we have
Is
like
this the OnlyFans?
staying in the
Because there's a
bedroom.
clown out there.
So my poor wife, she doesn't work today, so she's still trying to sleep in the bed that's just over
Oh,
yonder. It's just over there, and
wow.
yeah.
Can you pan the camera
if
and
she
show
were
us her
if
sleeping
she were
body?
to wake up, if she were to wake up and I'd be in clown makeup, she would probably murder me instantly.
Don't
I'd
let her
probably
wake
get
up.
But we have it on film,
All
though,
right.
right? I mean, we have it recorded.
As a matter of fact, we wanted the
I mean,
whole
yeah.
show. Everybody in America and Canada, you gotta keep it down. We
Don't
don't want to
forget
wake up.
we
We don't
have
want to wake up Danica.
UK listeners as well. We also have
Right.
people
So
from the UK
this is
listening.
the Quiet Clown Show. Welcome to the Quiet.
The ASMR clown show.
Oh my,
Yeah.
yeah. There's probably some ASMR people that are really, really getting excited right now. They're like, "Oh my God, is this really what's happening on today's show? Oh God, yes.
Oh,
This is exactly what I've been waiting for. Oh yes."
I have a question, Matt.
All right. Anyway, I'm sorry.
On my phone,
ASMR gets me excited.
On my phone, I have a Mind Dog Radio app. Is
Yeah,
that
it's
still
not
good?
no good anymore. We covered that, but you don't pay attention. So
Because I
you
forgot I had it, so I wasn't paying attention. I
well,
just realized that I have it.
you know what? This will be reflected in your next report card.
Now that's different than the QR for the app. The app is still fine, right?
No.
No, so that old poster, that
Oh no,
QR code
the QR code brings them to the website.
okay.
And the player is now on the website. I'm having an app built to replace the Live 365 app that was in the store. But now that app that people have will point them to Live 365. We're not there anymore. We're on Mind Dog Radio, which is only right now on the website. I could put it like.
Well, the thing that you played at the beginning of the show said you were on Live 365, just so you
Oh, really?
Yeah,
it
yeah.
did say that.
I wasn't listening. See?
Who's not paying attention yet?
You're listening
I don't
to
have to-
Coffee with a Dog on Live 365 Mind Dog Radio.
I gotta have to get rid of that one, right? I hate that.
Coffee with a Dog is live streaming now.
That's the one we want.
Yeah, that'll work.
How about this one?
Coffee with a Dog, weekdays 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah.
You know what the best one is, though?
Can I use those in like ribs or anything?
Yeah.
Welcome
to the Clown Show.
You know, I will say that really does bring like John Ritter and Suzanne Summers to mind. Like you hear that music and you just see, yeah.
Take Suzanne Summers. You could have John Ritter.
Well, they're both dead, so I mean,
It's a shame.
What about the widow woman?
John Ritter's brother was a page at Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. And would entertain the people while they were online. You know, he's actually Tex Ritter's son. You guys don't even know who Tex Ritter is.
I do know who Tex Ritter is.
All right, who? Tell us who
He's
Tex
John
Ritter.
Ritter's father.
Tex Ritter. Gene Autry, Tex Ritter, Roy Rogers.
Yeah.
Cowboy actor. He was a cowboy actor in the old movies, just when sound movies started. Riding a horse, singing cowboy. Then he bought the not the Los Angeles, California Angels, who are now the Anaheim Angels.
And then I did not know. I did not know there was a sports connection.
Yeah, he bought the team, and he lived like 100 years. Most people don't associate him with John Ritter or. What was his brother's name? His brother was like a half-assed successful actor. Anyway, so we're
more
19.
successful than Ron Howard's brother.
Well, no, Ron Howard's brother was actually the star of his own sitcom when I was a kid.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
what?
called the Ron Howard Brothers Show.
No, it was Gentle Ben, right? He was the kid in Gentle Ben.
That's right. That's right. He played the
Yeah,
bear cub.
yeah. He
Right.
was played the bad cop. I don't want to say the R word, bad cop.
Neither did I, because it's not 10:45 yet.
Right.
All I know is in order for him to get into a movie that his brother wasn't associated with, he had to play a cross dresser that was pitching their nipples in Little Nicky.
Really?
That's like
Well,
the only time I haven't. It's
what
the only
movie
time I've
was
seen
that?
him in some
Little Nicky.
Little Nicky.
Oh,
Yeah. When
yeah.
Little Nicky is like floating up trying to find his girlfriend that's played by Patricia Arquette, and he stops at one window and it's Ron Howard's brother cross-dressing,
Was it
like
Patricia
pinching
Arquette
his
or
nipples.
Reese Witherspoon? Witherspoon without a spoon. Was it Patricia Arquette or Reese Witherspoon?
Patricia Arquette. It was
It
definitely
was
Patricia
Little
Arquette.
Nicky.
And Little Nicky, oh yeah.
All right, I'm checking this out. I can't check it out. My mouse has gone all.
Patricia Arquette is the actress in my favorite movie of all time, so I definitely spot her when I see her usually.
I can't do this. My stupid thing. I'm going mouse. My mouses are Mises. My Mises. Now the clown is missing. We have a missing clown report, ladies and gentlemen. If you've seen a clown, run away.
Run away. Yeah, you should run away.
Little Nicky.
A bolo for a clown.
I don't know.
Oh,
Little
no.
Nicky. Yep, you're right. It is Patricia Arquette. Why did I think it was Reese Witherspoon? Why?
I don't know.
Without a spoon. Or with a spoon.
I don't know, sir.
Without a spoon.
Who gives a fork?
I will say that, like, when I don't know, I'll say I don't know. But if I say it's this, it's probably that.
I don't know why.
That's funny. You say if I don't know, I'll say I don't know. But if I say it's this, it's probably that.
Yeah, you know what I mean, though. You know what I'm saying. You're
I
picking
know.
up what I'm putting down.
I don't know if I can trust you anymore because
Reese Witherspoon is in the movie, though. She's in the movie.
I mean, because right here, I thought you're the kind of person, if you got away with
Reese
your
Witherspoon
personality,
is in Little. What part does she play in Little Nicky?
She's an angel, right?
Oh
She's
yeah,
looking
she
down.
plays Adam Sandler's mom. She plays.
Oh,
his
mom.
angel
That's
mom. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
it was.
'cause-
Oh,
So you were both.
Yeah.
So you're both pretty.
no, I wasn't correct. He was correct that the girlfriend was. But yeah, because I didn't pay attention to the movie. I just started looking down, saying I love him, and all.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
that was.
totally forgot that she played the angel mom of Little Nicky. That's right.
I haven't seen that movie, but
Who played the clown in that movie?
The clown?
There was no clown. There's like today, like this show. There was no clown. That's it. It was a trick question. We have no clown. There was no clown.
Oh, I didn't see the movie, so you actually could have fooled me into thinking.
Now, wasn't Norm the dog? Wasn't Norm a dog in that movie? Somebody was a
Yeah. I think he
Satan's
voiced
pet
the
dog?
dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically something like that. Yeah.
What a weird movie.
I think that that's just the form he took or whatever. I don't think he was really. I don't know. It's weird. Like they don't explain all of the, but apparently demons love Popeye's chicken. Did you know that? That was something I didn't know.
No.
The demons are fans of Popeye's chicken is the shit's lit. Yeah. They fucking
Good morning, Bill Rhodes, the only one in the chat room right now. It's kind of a sedate Tuesday morning.
That's the farm teacher, right?
They're probably all out voting for Super Tuesday.
So far, this is not a very Super Tuesday, I have to say. It's more like a.
They're all out voting right now.
I'm remembering that right. Bill Rhodes is a foul mouth teacher, correct?
What was that? Will?
Bill Rhodes, isn't that the foul mouth teacher guy?
He's a foul mouth teacher. Yes, he is.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure I was thinking the right.
There are an awful lot of people named Rhodes in comedy. You know that?
Road
comics, yeah.
Rhodes. They're road comics. Road dogs. Yeah, all roads lead to comedy.
I knew a guy named Road Dog that only had one leg.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, happy birthday, Greg Chaley, who is the what is Greg's official capacity in the world. He's Doug Stanhope's do everything guy. He was Mitch Hedberg's do everything guy, and he's 1/4 of Issues with Andy podcast, and a whole lot more. He's just everything. So happy birthday to Greg Charlie. I think he turns 105 today. No, I don't know, man. I'm really I was looking forward to the clown stuff. I was, just busting some clown balls here today, but no clown balls.
Do you think they would have squeaked
Huh?
when you busted the clown's balls? Do you think they would have squeaked?
I don't know.
And would that make you want to bust them more?
I don't know. We can't
Until they
find
don't
out.
squeak
That would be
anymore?
it would be good to test like a government free money program. You could just squeeze one clown's balls, and if they squeak, we can assume that it would work for every clown.
Now, the Halloween that I got dressed up as charcoal marks, I had squeaky balls in where my testicles would be, and when I would squeeze my balls like Harpo and go like,
No.
And
I thought about.
We're not
I
buying
thought
any of
about.
this.
I saw a video the other day that made me think about getting one of those fake scrotum sacks that like hang down and like hang really low so that I could do pranks of my balls showing, but they're just like a fake scrotum. I really kind of want to.
Just wait till you're 70. You won't have to buy fake ones. They'll be down there.
What? Yeah.
I have like 6 years left of hiding my testicles under my shorts. After that, it's free willy time.
I'm writing to the clown telling him he's late. Probably, you know what? It could be a time zone issue. I don't know. It could be a clown issue. Maybe is there a clown time zone?
Maybe he's got a funny way of telling time.
Gates time. Kind of like hammer time, but a lot more less forgiving. It's like last night I was in a meeting and there was a guy who was
AA?
Yes.
I knew it.
Assholes Anonymous.
Oh.
And there was a guy in the back who was like really just dozing off. He was not part of the meeting, but he couldn't leave. And he wakes up and he says to me, he goes, "Have you ever thought about doing voiceover work?" And I went, "No." He goes, "You have such a deep, comforting voice, and I think people would pay to hear it." And I said, "This is my sinuses. I don't sound like this when my nostrils are clear."
You know what?
Let me tell you, I've been hit on by a lot of gay guys. That was a come on. That was a come on.
Yeah.
And I missed my chance.
I will say this though too, like, so if I get really hoarse and like I start to have like the bullfrog in my throat kind of voice or whatever, for whatever reason, women get super into the way my voice sounds when it sounds all raspy like that. Like it is insane the comment and not only do they start saying stuff to me about the way that my voice sounds, but like they talk to me in a way that you're just not used to hearing a woman say shit. Like they'll say some
"Stop,
like,
I'll call the police."
Like, listen, bro, like for real. Like, no,
Usually they'll say,
ridiculous.
"Stop, I'll call the police. Don't you touch me there."
Yeah, women don't respond to those phrases. They don't give a shit. They're like, whatever. For one, I think most women know that most dudes aren't going to call the cops on a chick. You know what I mean? Because it's demasculating to say that this woman's doing something to me that I can't handle and I need your help. Like that's right. Most men aren't going to do that.
No, when I was a stripper and this woman like accosted my testicles and just wouldn't let go. She grabbed my junk. I was like, really, I wanted help. I wanted to cry for help. And I knew that nobody would help me because they'd be like, "What is your problem?" It's just a dick. She's holding on to it. It's like, but I want to leave. She won't let go.
Right.
You know,
bro, I've had chicks grab my fucking dick during a basketball game. Like, that's a foul. I don't give a fuck. I'm running right now and you're grabbing my member. No. Like, that's not okay.
But that's
don't
different.
Do that.
See, when you're playing basketball and it's bobbling, it seems like it's part of the game. But when you're a dancer when you're a dancer, okay, they think they objectify you. It's not part of the game. They think because they gave you
No.
money.
Listen, during this basketball game, I was being fondled. Okay, like
yeah. See,
there's
Wow.
no two ways about it.
I'm sorry. They think because they gave you money that they have the rights to hold you by the
No,
ball.
I could see that. I could
Be
definitely.
objectified like that, especially when I'm in pain. It's just that nobody would take me seriously that I needed help. Now
Was
that's what hurt.
squeezing really hard?
Yes, because she didn't want me to get away. This was like this.
God.
She was like, I gave you
And she
20
was probably
bucks.
a little drunk, and she probably didn't realize how hard she was squeezed. They don't realize how sensitive.
Oh,
it
that's
is.
so much better. Thank you.
Well, I'm going to take a nap. You guys wake me up when the next guest gets here, okay?
What do you mean? What, you don't like this ball cupping conversation?
No, I'm tired. I'm very tired.
Oh.
I'm exhausted.
Oh, but you showed up for this show. But on Sunday when you were tired, you didn't show up.
I didn't even wake up. I didn't even wake up. This is the problem. I'm looking at a list of 15 top voiceover artists. Morgan Freeman dead.
No,
No.
not yet.
Why isn't he on this list? Well, and there are at least three people on the list who
James
are
Earl
dead.
Jones, is he on there?
Who?
James
Yes,
Earl
James
Jones.
James Earl Jones is on the list. He's dead, right? No?
I don't
No.
think so. Is he?
Wow. He's still alive? He's got to be
Dude's trying to kill a lot
109.
of
me
black
check.
men this morning. Matt's trying to
Let
kill
me
off
check.
a lot of black men this morning. I'm just.
Well,
He
he's
hasn't
got to
tried
be
kill-
150 years old, James Earl Jones.
Matt
He was
hasn't tried to kill one white guy, but he's already tried to kill off two. Okay, two black guys.
Now,
right?
there are some people who are definitely dead on this list.
Any other black people?
Don LaFontaine is dead. I'm
He
certain
is.
of that.
Okay, he is 93 years old and he is still kicking.
93. That's younger than I thought he was. I thought he was 193, but okay. So
He's taking that C60 stuff.
Don LaFontaine is definitely dead, and Robin Williams is definitely dead. In the top 15, and Mel Blanc is definitely dead. So that's 3 in the top 15 who are definitely dead. The number one voiceover artist in the world right now, you guys want to guess? You can't
Rich
win
Little.
anything. Who?
Rich Little.
No. But I would have guessed Morgan Freeman because
I'm gonna guess Matthew McConaughey.
Kevin Pollak.
that was a good guess. He's not even in the list. Matthew McConaughey though. Seth MacFarlane is number 1.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
does a lot of
Yeah, that makes total
cartoons and
sense.
yeah. Here's the list: Seth MacFarlane, Billy West. Is that Billy West from who was Jackie's friend, the one from Howard Stern? I don't know. Mel Blanc, Nancy Cartwright, Tara Strong, James Earl Jones, Jim Cummings, Don LaFontaine, Frank Welker, Robin Williams, Tom Kane, Dan Castellaneta, who was also he was from The Simpsons, right? Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill, and Samantha Voice.
How are
Come
the
on.
dead ones still on the list if these are the people who are the top earners today?
I guess they're still using the voices on
Yeah, like probably Aladdin,
residual.
maybe,
Their
for Disney,
estate
for
is getting
Robin
paid
Williams.
for it.
Yeah, but they aren't getting paid. They're not getting diddly. Their estates are. That's not the same thing. If my estate got paid, well, if I had an estate,
It's still the art that was created by that person.
Gary Busey should be number 1. I think
What?
you should get your brother Coe to chime in on that one because it's Gary Busey.
He used to be one of my. I used to love Gary Busey, but man, dude, that guy has really gotten out there. Like in the 90s, he was cool. He was cool in the 90s, man.
that's because
fucking-
back then we didn't know that he was ill.
It wasn't ill, right? Didn't he get into a lot of several different motorcycle crashes without a helmet? Isn't this without concussions and stuff and brain damage?
Yeah. And I don't know. I'm sure there's drug use
Brain
in there
damage.
that is added
It
to.
is, because I've had 12 concussions and I didn't turn out that bad. I just lost math skills.
You were riding
Well,
a motorcycle without a helmet and going like 90 miles an hour on
and all that
PCH1?
stuff affects people differently. You know what I mean? Like some people are real hard. Like me, bro, I've had a ton of concussions. I'm real hard headed, but like there's some people that they get, and it also depends on like where the trauma occurs, what part of the brain it affects. You know what I mean?
My
There's a
trauma
lot of
occurred
different
like
factors.
in walls, in streets, in
Yeah.
sports, in fights.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
A variety of things.
if you're just tuning in, this is the first time I've ever really been jilted by a clown. And I have to say it hurts. It hurts a little more than if it were a normal person. And
Oh.
and yes, I am being a little derogatory that clowns are not normal people, but clowns are not normal people. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh, I agree. I agree. There's
now, do you
definitely some
guys are you
seafood
aware
stuff.
of the Andy Gary Busey story?
No.
Andrews. Um,
No, what happened?
Robert Evans and Slash. When the Man Show, Doug Stanhope was and Rogan took over the Man Show. Andy was the head writer on that, and for Comedy Central, the Man Show, and Slash and Robert Evans, the kid stays in the picture, the Godfather, Robert Evans, were doing an animated show right before there, and for the premiere, Evans was throwing a party at his mansion, and Stanhope and Andrews went, and they were like bugging Robert Evans. Where's the coke at? Where's the blow, Rob? And there was a buffet line, and I forget the juggies, the writers on the show, girls with big tits. Were online, and Andy went to hang with the juggies online, and Gary Busey thought Andy was cutting in line, and he went and he started pushing him like, get back, you don't belong in the line, you don't come right up. I know these girls, and Andy and Gary Busey was like being intimidating to him, push back, and he goes, move back, and then Andy moved back a little, and he goes, not far enough, and brought him, and then he walked him all the way to the back of the line and says, there now, doesn't that feel better? It's typical Gary Busey moment. But hearing that shit makes me want to fucking fight Gary Busey now. I don't care how big he is. You're going to fucking pull that shit like you're fucking the policeman on the buffet line. Fuck you, you big teeth fucking horse face. And don't do that to my friends. But Andy's not.
He apparently hangs out at the Comedy Chateau in North Hollywood quite often. They say that he's kind of a regular attendee. So, if I go to LA, that's probably definitely a spot that I'm going to be hitting up as the Comedy Chateau. So,
I noticed your buddy Dante was doing a show. Yeah. He's headlining a show, but on the show is a guy who's been on this show who Tom Kanopka was making big time fun of. A guy, I don't even want to say his name. I shouldn't say it. Right? That's mean to say his name, right? Is that mean for me to say his name?
That's
yeah, he probably not listening, but I don't want to embarrass the guy, but he was really bad. He was really bad. He was old, corny, and like if you were a kid and you were seeing somebody like Jack Benny or Henny Youngman, and just like, well, this is not what I'm into. This is the kind of comedy the guy brought to this show, and so right. Kanopka was making fun.
But I mean, to be fair, there is an audience for that. To be fair,
there was an audience. They're all dead. Maybe Henny Youngman. I don't know.
Like my buddy Zach Dresch, he definitely has that older style of comedy.
Yeah, but okay, this guy had that, but nothing he said was really funny. I could see, like, Henny Youngman or
you
Jack
have to have strong material. If you're going to go that direction, it has to be really strong material. I'll agree with that.
But I was surprised to see Dante headlining a show with that guy on it, because that guy, I'm telling you, we've had a lot of people who are on the bottom level of comedy on the show, and this guy was definitely, he felt like he belonged on the bottom level of comedy.
Well, people can improve, people can get better. Who knows how?
Yeah, but he was 70 or something already when he was on the show. An old dude. Like, you don't, what, if you've been at it all your life and you're 70 years old.
Dante also just did like a panel thing with Jay Leno and Gosh, who else was on that?
Oh,
Man.
Adam Carolla.
Yeah, Adam Carolla was on
That
it. So,
man, that is such a thorn in my side. Just seeing that thing. You know what the entry fee to that nonsense is? I think it was
Oh, the
3,500.
festival?
3,500
yeah,
was
it's
the
probably
basic.
a lot.
Well, and there were 3 packages, but 3,500 was the lowest level to get into. Now you're talking to comedians trying to make it in comedy, and they have to get travel fees and hotels besides all this. It's $3,500 to get coached. Listen, Jay Leno is obviously an expert in stand-up comedy. He can look. He's been around, and he's been a really voracious, hustler his whole life. Even when he was doing the Tonight Show, still out there hustling, doing as many shows as he could. But Adam Carolla doesn't give a shit about anybody. He's not a people, but he doesn't care about really helping you. He's there for the paycheck. Who was the other guy? John Lovett was in on it,
Yeah,
and
John Lovitz. Yep.
Amy Schumer. Was Amy Schumer on it? But
can't-
these people don't really fucking care. It's like a rock star fantasy camp. And I just feel like, you know what? I hate to be like John Locken on all this stuff, but it feels predatory. It feels like they're just taking money from people who can't afford the money, or if you're a beginning stand-up comic, you can't afford $5,000 to go away for a week to get nothing out of it.
I'm not even a
I
beginning
mean-
stand-up comic, and I can't afford $5,000 to do that shit.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I'll definitely agree that they make it to where like I don't see how your return on your investment is very good on a thing like that. So but like, and that's why I haven't done a lot of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Because Dante's
And
invited
it's not
me
the money.
to do some other stuff, and I'm just like, no, I'm all right. You know what I mean? Like,
but I
do all
think
that.
if they labeled it as a fantasy camp and didn't really appeal, like it wasn't for comics who were out there trying to actually make it, but idiots who just want to go for a week and make believe they're stand-up comics and get pictures with other stand-up comics, and that's their fantasy. Like the Mets have fantasy week where you can go down and play baseball with the Mets, but nobody thinks they're going to make it into the majors from that.
What? See, I just signed up for that camp. Fuck.
Well, you said you couldn't afford 2,500. I think the Mets is
That's to be a
20,000.
comedian, but to be a baseball player?
20 grand though.
Right.
I think it's 20 grand. It's somewhere up there. It's like ridiculous.
No, I got a
stupid money.
minority scholarship.
I wanted to bring this up. Didn't you say something about you think you might be able to get me to fly with the Blue Angels or something like that?
Yes, I did say that. I
is
wrote them 2 letters so far. That's all.
Okay. Do I need to write them a letter? I mean,
Couldn't hurt. Couldn't hurt. Definitely couldn't hurt. Basically, I don't know what the criteria for letting people do that. Is it just rich people? Only rich? You got to be rich and famous in order to.
Well, make a wish.
Well, and I mean, obviously, we'll want to do footage for the podcast, so we're not.
You know what? Maybe we could tie a cause to it. Like,
yeah, that'd be great.
Figure out some way to get.
What about like there's this the Stop Soldier Suicide that I've done a couple things for or whatever. They're not a terrible organization. You know, one of the things
There's
I try and check out first.
There's a motto.
Well, no, what I mean is, so like one of the things I try and do whenever I work with any kind of charity is I see what the money comes in, what's the percentage that actually goes to, because like if that's not 80% or higher, I don't really want to fuck with them. You know what I mean? Like I definitely want to deal with people that 80% or higher is going to actually help the charity and not to like executive fees and shit like that, you know? Like,
wow.
And if I remember right, Stop Soldier Suicide was like in the 80 some percentile. So
I'm just looking because we got time to kill. I'm looking for song list ideas here that 3D had sent. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm looking band things like bands. Oh, maybe it was songs that mention
bands with animals in their names. Let me see.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that could be a fun one.
All right.
Now I can't remember any.
I'm gonna start Three Dog Night.
Three Dog Night.
The Turtles is a good one. The Animals is the best one.
No, come on. That's like cheating.
Yeah,
I didn't think of it. I didn't.
well, this is a big list.
Wow.
Let's see. Number one. Well, I'm just number one. Maybe I should go backwards, right?
You
I'll
mean
tell
like
you
you
what.
do it, you
Of
mean
course
you
you
do it
should
like
go
this?
Three Dog Night.
Number
No,
one.
the Turtles was number 3.
What?
Def
Oh, good
Leppard was
job.
number 2. I'll save
Ooh.
I'll save number 1 for
But is
the
that
for
a
the end.
leopard? Because they don't spell it like that. They spell it L-E. That's like
Right. That's true.
I mean,
Leopard.
if
They
the
spelled
leopard's
wrong.
deaf, if the leopard's deaf anyway, does he even hear how you're mispronouncing his name?
All right. The
Yeah,
bottom
you don't
one
give a
here. I
damn.
don't know how many are in this list. How many are in this list? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8,
And like the
9,
Beatles, well, they'd be insects even if they were
15,
spelled
16,
properly.
17, 18.
I mean, yeah.
There's
The
Are we
monkeys.
talking?
The
Are we
60.
talking mammals or do
Well, here
60?
you go. Here you go. Number 60 is Papa Roach. So,
Oh my god. So insects do count. That's
right.
definitely for sure. Hey, I have a quick question. Did you want to do a commercial?
Yeah. Well, when we get to the top of the hour, we'll do a commercial.
Okay, all right.
59 Birds of Tokyo. Don't know them.
Bird. Yeah.
58 Real Big Fish.
Okay.
Cage
what
the
about
Elephant.
fish?
Cage the
Fish.
Elephant.
Okay. And there's
Bloodhound
also
Gang.
the birds and the yard birds.
No, okay, yeah, because Bloodhound is a dog. I was gonna say them. That's one of my favorite bands. I love the Bloodhound Gang.
Wow. Since
Yeah, they're
1992. The
My wife hates
Wombats.
it when I sing that song though.
Which one?
I only know one. It's the Do It Like Animals on the Discovery Channel.
Oh.
Right, yeah.
My
That's
wife
a good
hates
one,
it.
but okay. You gotta check out their song New Vagina. That's actually probably
Oh
one of my
man, the
favorite
other day on
songs by
Twitter,
Bloodhound Gang.
there was a picture of an actual product that said vaginal cream cheese.
What?
Okay, what species of vagina?
And the
Is it
comment,
human?
the comment on that was that the marketing department failed when they didn't call it pap schmear.
Right.
But what species is it from? Is it like from goats, whales, elephants?
I did not get that far into it. I was too busy barfing.
But why would you barf before you know the source?
Because it said vaginal cream cheese and just the idea of
but it might be like a delicacy.
I might be,
It's
but
gotta be like
so
cheese on the
my
top.
barf might be delicacy too. Do you ever think about that?
Some countries is. Some countries, except for like Japan.
Well, not
'cause
in this
Bush
country.
tried it. Bush too tried it, and it didn't go over well.
Number 50, whatever number this is Crack the Sky.
Oh, right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, Crack the Sky.
Because
That's
crack
not
is an
true.
animal.
That's not true. Stop it.
That's not right. Them crooked vultures. Wolf Mother. I never heard any of these fucking
Isn't there
bands
band
because I'm
Crow
old.
Vultures?
The Crows and the Counting Crows.
We'll get
Oh, yeah,
get
the
there.
Crows. The
Owl
Black Crows.
City,
Owl
Noah
City.
and the Whale, Skunk Anzy, Skunk Anansi. You know these people. Eels,
No.
Lamb of God. I know Lamb of God. Alien Ant Farm. I know them.
I love that. Wait, what number was Lamb of God? I got to know that.
What are you thinking? This would be 60, 59, 58, 57. They're not numbered. 56, 55, 54, 53, 52,
Oh, that sucks.
51, 58, 49, 40, 48 is what they are.
48. Okay.
Super
My fr- I have
Furry
a friend
Animals
that-
is 47. Animal Collective is 46. Flock of Seagulls.
Oh my God.
Crazy Horse, which was Neil Young's band. Stray Cats. Buffalo Springfield. Black Crows. Boomtown Rats.
How can I?
Now, there's a thing I saw this morning that rats can fall from a 7-story building without getting injured.
Yeah, they land on other
What?
rats.
A rat can fall from
How do
7
they?
story.
How do they not?
That's
you
what I
would
was.
think- you would
They're
think that
testing
would
it. They're actually
obliterate-
throwing them out the. Let's see if he gets hurt. Well, take him one more flight up, and they figured out 8 was just the number
Maybe
where.
one more floor.
Or they're finding
8 is-
rats on
8
the
is
bottom
too
and
many.
they're
8
interviewing
is too
them.
many.
They're
No
interviewing
rats
them.
were killed in the.
Seven
In,
make-
the production of this program this morning.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Mr. Rat. How many stories
Seven
did
they
you
give
fall?
a good little bounce, but 8 they go splat.
Hey, sooner or later, you're going to get to the rat limit. If we throw them off the top of the Empire State Building, what happens? All right, so Boomtown Rats, Iron Butterfly, Dinosaur Jr., Hootie and the Blowfish,
Oh yeah, Hootie and the Blowfish, of course.
Counting
How
Crows,
can we forget them?
Band of
I said
Horses,
that, I think.
Fleet Foxes, Modest Mouse, the Crickets. The Crickets, Buddy Holly and the Crickets. Scorpions, T-Rex, Wasp. I don't know if that counts. Wasp is W-A-S-P, W.A.S.
Yeah, if they're not spelling it like the animal, then I don't think it should count either.
Fabulous Thunderbirds, the
I thought that was a
Yardbirds,
drink. Okay.
Rat, which is not spelled like rat. It's got 2 T's, so that
Yeah,
really
2
doesn't
T's.
count. Blue Oyster Cult, Three Dog Night,
2 T's, yeah. Yeah.
White Snakes, Adam and the Ants.
Oh yeah,
Adam
White
and the
Snake.
Ants. You don't drink, don't smoke. No,
What
that
do you do? You
that's
shut
not
it
Adam
away.
Ant, right? Adam and the
It's
Ants is not
Adam
Adam Ant, is it?
Adamant.
That's weird.
Yes,
Country
Adamant.
Joe and the Fish. You guys know Country Joe and the Fish?
Yeah, that sounds familiar, but
Give me an F. That's what they're most famous for. Give me at Woodstock. Give me an F, F, and he goes to the fuck, and then he sings 1, 2, 3. What are we fighting for? Don't ask me. I don't give a damn. Next stop is Vietnam.
Yeah, I remember. Okay, I forgot that's who that was. Yeah.
Yeah. Gorillas. Pussycat Dolls.
Okay.
The animal.
Josie and the Pussycats.
Oh
Does
yeah,
that
the
count for real?
Pussycat Dolls.
Are they?
No,
There's also Pussycat Riot, which was that? No, it's Pussy Riot. Never mind.
Pussy
It's not-
Riot.
but
But
it
that
still
still
counts.
counts. That still counts. Pussy
Yeah.
Riot should be in the list. The Birds with the Y, which is not really an animal. Steppenwolf. That's a little stretch. Arctic Monkeys.
What?
The Eagles.
Yeah.
Def
Although I do
Le-
love Steppenwolf. That's a great band.
the Turtles, Def Leppard, and the number 1 animal listed, and this is not spelled correctly either, so it shouldn't even be in the list. Since 1966, founded in 1966. GD's
But it can't be Beatles because they're
Beatles weren't founded in 1966.
no.
Beatles.
I just said it can't be Beatles, but
Beatles should be if these guys are in there, without a doubt. Can't think of it. Can't. Well, we've stumped the band, ladies and gentlemen. All right. The next person who gets the right one, the right name, is going to win a trip to Westminster, Maryland, to go.
help me prune some.
On a Tuesday
woods.
night.
Yeah, Ron is asking about Carolla boring anyone. You know what? I don't get how Adam Carolla is a successful comedian. I really don't.
He's a comedian. I know he was successful. I just didn't know he was a comedian.
Yeah,
Okay.
he does stand up. He sells out big rooms everywhere he goes. People pay to see him.
I thought he was an
people think he's fun.
anti-motivational speaker.
Adam Carolla? Like, what would he motivate you to do? Quit comedy?
Anti-motivational speaker.
Oh, anti-motivational. All right. So no, we have 10 seconds counting on the number 1 band. I said if the Beatles are in there, these guys should be. They were founded in 1966.
The Who?
Their name is an animal, but it's not spelled correctly. Wow. The Monkees.
I said them already.
No, you didn't.
I did say the
You
Monkees.
didn't say them. We'll play the tape back. You never said the
Yes,
Monkees.
I did say the Monkees.
You never said the Monkees.
I did say the Monkees.
You didn't.
can play
You
the
thought
tape twice.
you thought it, but you think you
No,
hear
I said
whatever
because I
is
was-
in your head coming out
Right
your
after I
mouth.
said the Monkees, I thought of the Banana Splits, and I realized that the Banana Splits.
I
were
don't
dressed as animals,
recall
but
hearing
they're
you
not
say
animals.
the Monkeys.
You didn't say the
If
Monkees.
you said it, I missed
no,
it as well.
Look, we're not that far
But-
into the show that.
But
we
like
can't
you
find
said,
it.
we
It's
can
there.
you can watch it back and see whether or
Oh,
not
yeah.
you did or not.
Yeah.
But I don't
I'm like,
recall
Will, you
hearing
can best
say it,
believe
but
if
I'm
I'm
not
saying
saying
this,
it.
I said that.
Nope, you didn't say it.
I
Anyway,
did say
we
it,
have
but
no
I'm like,
winner once again for whatever we were giving away. We weren't even. I wasn't even really giving away anything, was I? I didn't even have a prize. Anyway, free tickets to a clown show. How about that? Promi the clown is another. Oh, and the guy just wrote me back 2 days ago saying that he was going to do it from his phone. So you know what? These people are all flakes. It's a clown flake now.
does he know that it's not Friday? You don't get to flip us off on Tuesday. It's flip off Friday, not Tuesday.
We seem to get a lot of flip offs no matter what day it is.
Isn't
We don't
today
care about that.
Wednesday? Today's Wednesday. Isn't
Tuesday.
it?
Today's
No,
Tuesday.
no, it's Tuesday.
It's Super
Oh,
Tuesday.
we have a show
Yeah.
tonight. Yeah.
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 I woke up and for some reason I thought it was Monday, even though I knew last night was Monday.
I didn't wake up.
Oh, and this is a dream.
You haven't been to bed, bro?
I've been to bed in my life.
No, I mean, like you didn't sleep last night
No.
at all.
No, that's why I'm a little.
Not a wink.
See, the gummies don't help me sleep. They keep me up. I can't sleep with these fucking gummies.
Well,
They make me.
what do you try to do to sleep?
Huh?
What do you try to do to
Closes his
sleep?
eyes and eats gummies. Well, he eats gummies and closes his eyes. And
I
apparently
don't.
that's not
I don't
working.
try. I don't do anything to try to sleep. I just hope that sleep will come. But we've already discussed, and I think I made a reel about my peeing problem that keeps me up because I have to pee every 30 minutes. After 10:30 at night, the prostate just says it's time to just keep peeing.
Okay,
I
so
could piss. I could piss and leave the bathroom and then have to piss again.
Have you used
Okay,
oxygen
question.
deprivation to sleep?
What's your fluid intake like past 7 p.m.?
I'm
Vodka.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't measure it.
Well, okay.
My fluid intake,
If that's a
7.7
problem-
liters.
Well, okay. If that's a problem that you're having, what I would suggest is like if you don't want to like be getting up past 10 or 10:30 to go to use the restroom, I would say 7 o'clock. You have to like pretty much nix fluid intake. Because
No, first of all, you can't trust Will. Okay?
Otherwise, you're just gonna be like having that problem.
Don't listen to Will.
Like, and I'm
Will
not
has
saying don't
already
drink anything at all, but
No,
like,
so
like if you get thirsty, take a drink that wets your mouth, not a
No, if you don't want to pee after you go to sleep, just stuff cotton in that bad boy. Just stuff cotton. Right, just cotton
do
balls
that.
and put them right on in there.
That's terrible advice.
And
Don't
then-
try that at home, folks. That's fucking terrible.
Take that cotton out.
That's an infection for sure.
And stand back. All right, then use a tampon. And then at
What?
5 a.m., yank that sucker out and stand back.
No, that ain't happening. But no, I get the idea of reducing your liquid intake at night, and it's not like I'm drinking. It's not like I'm sitting there guzzling water, or I do have it. I'm not over drinking. That's not the problem. The problem is the prostate. You know what? Even if there's a couple of drops in it, when you get the inflamed prostate, it's even if you got just like that much pee, it feels like you need to pee like a racehorse. It's like, oh, I really got to piss, and then you got to, it's like, blip,
drip, drip, drip.
blip.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you standing or sitting? Maybe you
Right
could
now,
benefit
I'm sitting, and I spend a lot of my. This is definitely a problem with me. I spend way too much time sitting, and I get chair ass without a doubt. And sitting definitely leads to more prostate inflammation because you're not moving enough. But I got to get out.
Yeah.
Now that springtime is coming, as soon as the weather gets nice, I'll be walking the hills around here and all that stuff. But during the winter, I become a definite indoor hermit, and this leads to plus Dr. Miller, God rest his soul, he told me every man whoever is born will eventually get prostate cancer if they live long enough. Like if something else doesn't kill you first, you're going to get prostate cancer. That's
interesting.
basically the idea. But so the
I don't think
inflamed
that's
prostate
necessarily
is just
true.
part of. You could take all the supplements, super beta prostate nonsense, or
Antioxidants, like cranberry juice and blueberry
cranberry
juice.
juice. Man, my wife is buying cranberry juice by the caseload now. But cranberry juice has been a part of my regimen for 25 years now. People assume that I have a UTI.
Have you thought about mall walking?
Mall walking?
Like in the winter time?
Oh, I thought you meant like bear.
Yeah, in the wintertime, you can benefit. Instead of going outside, you can mall walk.
You are so
MAWL.
South Dakota, New Mexico. No, this is New York. We don't have malls. Malls are like dodo birds in New York. There are no malls. They're extinct. There's no malls. There's no malls. We've
shopping centers.
They're like dinosaurs. You're not going to see a mall. They're maybe you get a fossil of a mall. This is where the mall used to be, and you see little DNA markings from where there used to be a gap or something.
Tape.
Yeah. Look, there's a G. It must have been a gap. Get the archaeologists out there and dig it up. Maybe we can find an A and a P. But no,
supermarket.
Yeah, no malls. We got Walmart. We got lots of Walmarts every 5 feet.
Now, how do y'all have the space for Walmart, but not the space for something useful?
What do you mean? We have space. It's the space. The space isn't an issue. Walmart, because everything is cheap. Well, it's made for trailer park people. Trailer park prices, and they sell everything there. And it's not a matter of space.
Is there a problem with trailer park people on this show? I just want to clarify.
No, not exactly. I'm just saying that Walmart appeals to trailer park prices, to people who want to pay trailer.
It does.
Yeah, but they have everything. Now they sell everything, anything you want.
Even sex toys. Even sex toys.
Sam sells coffins. No, not Sam's.
All right, we're at the top of the hour.
Costco.
I'm going to play it.
But you can, and I found out though, Costco does sell coffins, but only in their online store. They don't have them in store. You have to order them online, but you can get a coffin from Costco.
Don't you need a card for Costco or something like that? Like you
need a membership. You need a membership.
I'm not going to ever go there. I'm not going to pay a store that I have to pay. I'm not going to go to a store that I have to pay to get in before I even buy anything.
I mean, I will. There's a couple benefits to Costco. One of the things my wife loves about Costco is all the samples. There's free samples all over at Costco. So that's one thing my wife loves about it. But then, everything's bulk. Most of the items are bulk,
right.
And especially your coffee and your paper towels, and, so you can really stock up at a good price. And some of their other stuff is reasonably priced, like their clothes and stuff like that. They have quality products there.
Yeah, some of the shows that when my wife and I had produced, we would buy bulk food and product from the BJ's places.
No,
the BJ's.
No, parking around rear for BJ's. Yeah.
Well, if you have a card, you don't have to park around rear. That's just it. If you have a card,
you look like the kind of guy who likes to park it in the rear. I just need to play a commercial here now. Speaking of samples and buying in bulk, here's a product you might want to go to Costco and sample, and then if you like it, you might want to buy it in bulk.
That thing kind of bothers me because when you see it when they take it apart, there's an eyeball right in the middle of it. I don't like being watched while I'm performing anyway. But then there's an eye smack dab in the middle of it, and you're hitting it right in the eye. That doesn't.
No, I there's no. Fortunately, this is an experience I have not had, but I am told that if you get jizz in your eye, it burns. Well, I've only been told that by one person. But I find that hard to believe. I mean, it's not like acidy, right?
Do you know what your own tastes
No,
like?
but
No.
I'm sure it burns because there's some salt content to it. You know what I mean? And so I've only had it one time that I got a girl in the eye, and she said it burned real bad. But I mean, she also got shot full force,
right in the eye.
Point blank. Yeah, it was her own fault though, because this is actually I actually changed.
It came out of your penis, but it's her fault, right? You can't control your
No,
sperm.
hang on, I'll get to it. Because listen,
She was mining. She was mining it
from this particular blowjob. I was like, listen, if a girl wants a tap, I don't even want a blowjob. If I can't come in your mouth, don't even suck my fucking dick. I don't even give a fuck. Yeah,
Whoa.
I made that rule after this point because she asked for the tap, and I gave her I let her know, hey, I'm gonna come, and this girl thought she'd be fucking cool and do one final all the way down to the base swoop and out, and that listen, I told you I was gonna come for a reason. That doesn't mean do one more thing and go, and then right at the exit, boom, she got nailed, and that is not my fault.
It is your fault. You should keep it to yourself. I mean, not to come. The saying that you're going to come. You should not say anything. You shouldn't have given her any warning. Should have just listen, surprise. That's what you should have done. Wait until after you come and then just yell, surprise.
Listen,
gotcha.
You tell me you don't want me to come in your mouth. That's why I'll just tell you I don't want a blowjob. Then okay, then don't do that. Then.
No. The best way is to sneak it in there.
You want to win the game. You know what I mean?
No, sneak it in there. It's like a random stop sign.
No, see, that's wrong. That's not okay. That's not an okay thing to do. If they don't want me to come in their mouth, then I'm just gonna tell them I don't want to.
Just suck your own.
I'm not gonna
be done with it.
I'm not gonna sneak it in there. To me, that's over the line. I don't think that is something that.
Maybe I grew up in the wrong time because we always thought that was the thing.
Yeah, no, I get. Back in the day, that was probably not the terrible thing to do. I'm sure a lot of people did it, but especially in today's climate, I think today there'd be some people that would say that that's even sexual assault, because if they tell you they don't want you to do that particular thing and you do it anyway, I could definitely see somebody making a case as that being sexual assault for sure.
Okay, how many people in the room, and this includes the people in the chat room as well, think their mother has given blowjobs? Just raise your hand.
I actually saw my mother giving my father a blowjob once.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Oh, it was so bad.
That's a scarring. That's burned into the retina.
You ain't kidding.
I don't see any hands being raised in the chat.
See, I had just left the house a couple of minutes before, and then remembered I forgot my wallet, and I was coming back, and I guess they forgot to lock the door. I walked in, they were right on the couch, and it was like, oh my God. And then I made a quick left.
The quickest left you've ever made.
And here we are 50 years later. Well, more than 52 years later, and I'm still traumatized. I'm just reliving it right now.
You're welcome.
It's a terrible thing, but yeah. So I mean, the thing is, I think when I had the porn star, the only porn star I've ever really interviewed on here, we were talking about this, how my grandmother's generation was really slutty. I don't know. I'm not calling my grandmother a slut. I'm saying her generation, the Roaring 20s. Those people,
they were roaring.
And she was in her 20s. My grandmother was born in 1900, so she was 20 in 1920. So you know what? Those people were extremely promiscuous, and so you think about because that is even before the Hayes Act. So there was no such thing as obscenity or any of that stuff. It was just like it was just ball to the wall, crazy sex.
Yeah.
And this is,
Yeah.
so we kind of think of, these old people as like above that. They were fucking doing all the nasty. I don't think they were eating ass. I have to say because hygiene hygiene standards were a little different then. Right?
Yeah, but they would have been used
That
to it
is true.
also. But they would have been used to it.
Used to it.
Yeah, after a while, if you're around, like
You tell me ass is an acquired taste?
No, I'm just not. I'm just saying that people
Well,
who don't
yeah,
use
and you get
deodorant,
nose blind
cultures
to
that
it
don't
too,
use
like what
deodorant
he's
get
saying.
used
Yeah.
to the smell of people not wearing deodorant.
Right. Yep. for
That's
sure.
entirely different than an ass that's not been
And it doesn't stand
yeah.
out to them the same.
Yeah, and forget about deodorant and all that stuff. There wasn't like showers. There weren't like running water in 1900. Not everybody had like running
But weren't they
water. So
using powder a
take
lot back then?
baths.
Like, didn't they use like baby powder or talcum powder or something like that back then?
That's why
sh-
Johnson and Johnson got all that cancer out there.
I'm sure they used a lot of whatever they could, but the point is you're not getting as clean as you could be
Right.
back in those days.
Well, what
So
you do is you take the flour
Sure.
and you get it wet. Once you
Sure.
mix it up, and
Well,
then you
that
peel it
powder
off,
gets
and it takes the
clumpy,
stuff
bro.
with you.
Oh my god.
So you're talking about eating a ass that's been covered in talcum powder. No wonder I got to pee at night.
Oh god.
I wasn't talking about eating.
Yeah,
that.
you know. No.
I was just no.
No, the conversation was about ass eating, though, wasn't it?
I thought it was about hygiene. Maybe that's why I don't know what a dick joke is. I just assumed that just because you're talking about genitals doesn't mean you're talking about the genitals.
Well, I said they were doing everything in those days except ass eating because I think the hygiene in those days was
We're talking about hygiene.
I was talking about hygiene in relationship
No.
to ass eating at the time that would make ass eating really repugnant.
You know what?
Okay, see, I was focusing on the hygiene.
I've never used AI before, but I think I'm going to use AI today to make a video of Betty Boop saying, "Put it in my bum."
I
that you can't do.
Matt,
I don't know.
Our second hour guest, I think you were mispronouncing the name. Right. I think the K and the V are silent. Because I think her name is Yaasha. I think the K and the V are silent. What? Yeah.
I don't even see it. Oh no. Well, I don't. We'll find out in just one moment.
Once again, you have confused us entirely.
Right. But let's go back to what Will just said here, the Betty Boop thing. I think Betty Boop is still, even though she's 100 and some odd years old, I think she's still a Disney product, right? Or not Disney. Who was the original animator on that? Whoever it was, their estate.
Mary Melodies?
I don't know. But the estate has sued people for using Betty Boop's likeness. And stuff anyway, so I don't think that's covered under public domain. Yeah. Anyway,
but Free Willy is not Free Willy.
I'm gonna assume GD is wrong, and I'm just gonna take a shot at Kaya Vasha. Now I could be wrong, and if I am, I will apologize to her. Is an Omaha based.
I would say Kaya. Yeah.
Yeah, Omaha-based stand-up comedian. She's originally from Birmingham, Alabama, which means she at one time owned somebody who looked like GD, and began.
She's not on the thing right now.
Huh?
Actually, most of my enslaved relatives are North Carolinians.
Oh, anyway, and she began doing stand-up, and she moved to Omaha. She's a transgender woman with a Catholic background, which is really interesting. I have a Catholic background, and I can't imagine them being nice to her. Because I got beat up by nuns, which is a whole other story, for having squeaky sneakers
in
1966. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kaya Vasha to Coffee with Doug. Kaya, welcome. Am I pronouncing your name right?
Actually, everything is silent. Just the A, and just scream as loud as you can.
Hey!
Yes.
Well, good morning. Thanks for getting up extra early in Omaha, Nebraska. Let me do this. This is better. Get out of here. You there. That's better. Uh, so yeah, Catholic background and then transgender. That's got to be. You were still in touch with your Catholic roots.
No, but my actual family who is Catholic, I feel like they're not the type of Catholic that is very I guess they're a little more new age than I give them credit for. Uh they're they don't understand it, but
Oh, are they like the
I'm not
charismatic Catholic?
what?
He said
Oh,
charismatic Catholics. I never even heard of that.
Are they
yeah,
like
These
the
are
interesting.
charismatic people.
Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, it was kind of like when things would come out, and my mom's like, I can't agree with that. But they with like against, I don't know, I'm not good at wording it. I actually just recently came out to them this year.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a pretty good method actor when it
Oh.
comes to being a boy.
You like talk and
Wow, I
shit a
never
lot.
considered that people who are not out are method acting.
Yeah, it had to be like voice, everything. I'm
Wow,
I'm kind of one of the greats.
wow.
You think about it.
No,
Do
I
you have
don't
any
detect any
Oscars? Do you have any
Alabama.
Oscars or Emmys or anything?
I'm
Here.
talking to you, D.
Oh, I just want to give her an award for acting. That's all. Just
Oh,
in case she
thanks.
didn't get one. Yeah.
Well,
Here you go.
later on.
My
Oh.
others.
Speak when you're spoken to. I don't detect any Alabama accent. Did you? Were you born and raised there? Did you?
I was, but my family, like my mom and my dad, my mom was from Omaha, Nebraska. My dad is from Detroit, and then their family is from Albania.
Wow. Interesting stuff. Now, you just started comedy in Omaha. Was that something you had planned from childhood, or where did the uh, interest in doing stand up come from?
I always liked being funny. I was always kind of weird, but eventually I was like less beat up for it and more. I was always in the same group of kids. So once they got the jokes, then they knew when to laugh when I would repeat them. So they got the hang of it eventually, and I realized I like making people laugh, uh, but I didn't really have much stuff to make comedy or anything like that. So I would kind of just talk about my life, and eventually coming out was like, oh yeah, I guess this is a pretty weird experience. I could talk about this. Didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Um, and it was never on purpose to talk about being trans on stage a lot, but you can't really avoid it. So much weird stuff happens, and there's so many things that are ridiculous, such easy jokes, the things people say to you, at least.
Low hanging fruit. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Who taught you to do makeup?
Oh, I taught myself.
Oh, okay. I was just kidding because as a general rule of thumb, children learn to do like to shave from their parents or to do makeup from their parents. But when you were younger, I don't know if you were wearing makeup or not. Well, you said actually if you were, then
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I kind of like just finished and ran in here. My time management isn't good. I'm really impressed I'm here.
Yeah, well, thank you for being here because we've already been hung up once today. We were supposed to have a clown on in the first hour. Was excited. Another person I could not pronounce the name, but got stood up. It's been happening a lot lately, but so thanks for being here. Anyway, time management issues and all.
I think that's probably what happened, Matt. You know how
What?
sometimes you have to say their name 3 times for them to appear. We couldn't say their name; they can't appear.
Right.
That's
So,
true.
so what did you start? So you didn't start doing trans jokes. What did you start doing? Just talking about uh, telling just stories from your life? Is that
A
kind
little bit, and a lot of them did stick into the like sets that I knew now. A lot of the jokes that aren't about being trans are the old ones that
right?
stuck. And when you're just starting out, not a lot of those early jokes are going to be good enough to stay in your later sets. Um, So the ones that did happen to be the ones that just aren't about the trans stuff.
Right. Is there a thriving scene out in Omaha? 'Cause I know Jeremy Peterson, who produces some shows out there. Is there a big enough scene that you can do it, can work steady and keep improving, or is it a struggle to find mic time?
It's a little bit of both. There are places, but there's a lot of comedians, and after a while, you kind of start to realize you only get booked on queer shows or shows that relate to me being trans. Um, and like I said, a lot of my comedy is about that, a lot isn't. But there is a good amount of people here that will book me. I've made some great friends that still book me, and I appreciate that.
Are you exploited for it? In other words, you know what? It would be good to have a trans person on just because they're trans and like kind of use that as a I don't know, a selling thing, marketing thing. Do you feel
Now,
like that?
I could only hope so, because I just really it's always good to get more stuff, but no, I don't think so yet. It is small enough where you kind of just know the people, and the people booking me are like buddies at this point.
Right. Well, because I had, and I mentioned this yesterday. I think I have hold the world record for having trans comedians on a talk show. But the very first one I talked to was on America's Got Talent, and I know that they were just using. She was an older woman, and they were just using her for that appeal because it was sensational and get it on television, and like nobody's used, because she didn't come out and say that until like in the middle of the act that she used to be a man, and it was like, oh, the audience was like, oh, shock value, and using it to sell people. So they were using it to exploit in some way, and I feel like that's a cheap shot. You talk about low hanging fruit. That's a cheap way to get ratings and get people just watching. Well, and not always necessarily supportive people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Within the comedy community now, are you accepted by, in the green room every year? Like what, just another
There's
comedian?
a lot of comedians and there's a lot of different backgrounds. For the most part, just being in Nebraska in itself, a lot of people are joking like, what, you moved to Nebraska? What? And I'm like, oh, I came from Alabama. So I'm like, okay, I can understand that there is a step up. But for the most part,
Right.
people have been pretty chill, and that's felt like a step
That
up.
as it may be, this is an improvement, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Now, being from Alabama,
Yeah.
do you feel the need to go back and rescue those embryos that are stuck there without any hope? Do you want to like break in and free them?
Well, I got this really nice like cooler, and it's just got this really cool pattern on it, and I think it'd be great for rescuing some babies. It's got
It'd
like
be like
thunderbolts on the side. I'm saving my. It's gonna.
you
They
can
did
start
teach
like an
us how to
under
play
you can
chess.
start like an under test tube railroad or something like that, or
Yeah,
something
like a
under
underground
icebox, under freezer, yeah, underground freezer road or something.
Yeah.
hurdling.
That-
Hurdling
that-
is not that thing where it looks like you're
Yeah,
trying to.
yeah.
I always
Well,
thought that sport looks like you're trying to feed
Yeah.
crumbs to a Roomba.
underground reefers, refrigerator truck.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Do you have OCD?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And what ways does it manifest? Like,
Well, when I was a kid, it was really crazy. It was just like I couldn't like going to bed. I'd have to like flip the light switch on like 20 bajillion times. But no, there was a real number. It wasn't just I made up 20 bajillion, but it mattered the number at the time. And it's one of those things where it's a ridiculous tick and you just can't stop. It's kind of
Why are
like
you holding that number secret? Does that number still mean something to you?
I can't remember. There's been a lot of important numbers in my OCD career that were, just
You're OCD and you can't remember the numbers that you were OCD about? That's not very OCD.
I'm not good.
I'm not sure you're a real OCD. I don't think you're a real OCD.
Don't worry about him.
I've been running all my life. That doesn't make me an athlete.
Yeah, don't worry about GD. We can throw him out anytime. Especially if he gets annoying to you, just
When
give me a signal. And we'll
OCD
get rid of him.
mixes with ADHD, it's confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Here-
is, especially if you're dyslexic. Then you just post the whole alphabet and
yeah.
your resume and
I
just
call it dyslexic
Yeah,
because I am
it's
truly
helpful.
dyslexic. Anyway, I I'm really curious about this because I've talked to probably 1,500 comedians in the last 5 years doing this, and a crazy amount of them are obsessed with this thing we call mental health awareness. And I'm like, we're all aware of mental health. Everybody is aware that there is this thing called mental health, but nobody, I think, really has any. We just want to talk about it, but nobody seems to be getting any better. There's still we become more aware of mental illness and all this stuff, but at some point we just kind of resolve to everybody's still fucking crazy anyway. I mean, nothing's improving. All we're doing is talking about how fucked up we are.
I mean, they could be a comedian. They could start doing comedy. At least you get to talk about it.
Well, that's what kind of where I was going. Like people are using stand-up comedy as therapy now. Like,
Yeah,
was that part of your motivation? Is like,
a little bit, especially originally, because before I was trans, I had other shit going on. You know, I mean, I always knew, but it would always kind of fade in the background. Sometimes, especially now that I'm, out in the world and stuff, you kind of forget.
right,
It's not until someone's a dick or something, and then like, oh right, different. But otherwise, just day-to-day struggles that I'd really have to deal with were things with OCD, social anxiety, and growing up, it was, I had no time to really talk to my parents about like my gender and stuff. Of course,
right.
with the Catholic upbringing, and I was always having to deal with learning disabilities and having to take some new ADHD medication or have some new kind of tutor. But we
Um,
went through school.
Yeah, medicate. I'm very against any kind of medication that alters your personality, though, because
Like
all those
cocaine.
stuff they deal with symptoms, but they also fuck you up some. Because when I had a stroke and they put me on medication that I could not deal with, I'd rather die of a stroke, to be
They
honest with
wanted your heart to concentrate. Like you can't fuck up anymore. They needed to. Your
you.
heart
Yeah,
needed to be on it.
yeah. Um, Now, as far as like, I don't know, bigotry and stuff, like people who just your life and the life you live somehow is a threat to them. Would you say? Because my experience is, or at least from what I've witnessed, is more women get angry at somebody like you than men do. Because women feel like, who are you? You're not a real woman. You weren't born a woman. Oh, you get a lot of that. Do you? Do you? Am
It's
I correct in that?
funny.
Or
The worst thing that happened to me like that recently happened to me like late in the day yesterday.
what was Karen?
No, it wasn't Karen. Karen's nice. She's a different lady. No, this was a different lady. She just walked in and I was like doing my makeup in the mirror and the mirror over in the corner and I just hear going, this is the ladies' room. And it was someone I had seen before who
Wow.
knows my name and just like shaking her head, looked at me disgusted or whatever. And it was very awkward. I'm like, what is happening? And then I'm washing my hands. She's up next to me. She's like, sorry, you just caught me off guard. And I'm like,
Wow. Well, at least she said
I was
sorry.
around. I was surprised she noticed.
Yeah. Does that hurt, or you
Yeah.
just?
Oh yeah, no, it certainly did.
Yeah.
But
Uh, I think we live in a time where,
right.
and I mentioned
Did
this
you say
yesterday because
that
yesterday
but it was a woman that you had seen before you transitioned, though?
No, no, it was someone I just
uh,
Is
known.
that what you?
So it was
Oh,
around, and I
okay.
didn't know that's what she thought of me. And now
Okay, they knew you.
right.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Right.
we had a trans
Sorry to
comedian
hear
on
that.
yesterday, but it was the other way. It was a
Yeah.
born woman now is a man, born female now a man.
Power move.
Yeah. But I said, we live in this time where people look, you're not a threat to me. And if I just let you live your life and don't hate on you, all of a sudden I have to wear the label of woke because I'm letting you live, be your happy, whatever it does to be happy in life, if I just let you and leave you alone and don't bother you, I'm now labeled as woke. It just feels weird that, to me, what we're talking about is just do unto others and let people have the same kind of uh happy pursuit of happiness that you have, whatever. But we live in a time where people make your life their problem, and it's a very weird thing. How do you reconcile with that? What are your thoughts on that?
It is really weird because 98% of the people I meet either can't tell or they really don't care, or, there might be someone who's never met a trans person. They're just like, oh, okay. They're not actively mean. They're not super nice. They don't need to be. And they're not woke or unwoke or anything. That word's kind of been taken through
I
so
hate,
many
yeah,
different
it's become an
social.
insult. It's an insult to be called woke, and you know what? You can either accept it or not. It's a weird for somebody like me. It's like I don't want a label like that on me. I just want to treat people right and give them respect and let them live their own lives. You don't threaten me. Whatever you do with your life, I hope you're happy. It won't bring me down no matter what you do. It doesn't affect my life and won't make my life better or worse. So. It's weird that we live in a time where people just can't fathom that somebody else's life does not affect your life.
I think it's the big like sarcasm that's put on the word woke, where it's just like, oh, you're woke. It's like,
Yeah,
no, I'm just not a jerk to this random person I don't know.
not being a jerk. That's what we should call it.
Right.
A non-jerk. Non-jerk. I'm a non-jerk. But the problem is, I am a real jerk in other ways.
I'm
So
not very nice either. It's okay.
yeah. um,
See, I think people's lives, what they do in private, matters to me during snowstorms. Only because then there's like people are buying too much toilet paper. They don't need that toilet paper. They should save some for others. They should save some milk for others. Then that bothers me because even though I'm lactose intolerant, I'm not going to be buying milk. I'm sure there's other people who need the milk. So then what people do in private does concern me.
do you have your comedy notes on the ceiling?
Do I have my
No,
notes?
no, GD, because
I
he tends to do this whenever he's reading his comedy notes. I
I don't
have.
have comedy notes.
Oh yes, you do. What are you reading on the ceiling then?
That's what my halo is. I'm
I
sorry.
take
I was
I
trying to
take
adjust my
Basden
halo
notes,
without
just so you
using my
know, GD.
hands.
Oh, we just scared her away. She left the show because of you. It's all your fault.
Oh,
Well,
She's going to take a bath.
it's white. It's white guilt. You told her that
Yes.
she used to own my ancestors, and it's not true. My ancestors were enslaved. My ancestors were enslaved in North Carolina, and then they were enslaved by marriage. It's like every other person who got married.
oh, all right. Well, thanks for that history lesson. We appreciate that.
They don't call it the ball and chain for nothing.
Now, how much time do you have in comedy overall? How long have you been doing stand up?
So I want to say it's maybe a couple months, over a year now.
Wow. Uh, Now, what are your ambitions? Are you ambitious to think of it as a full-time career?
I want to go further and I want to get into actually making content, just with how comedy is going and my background. Actually, I did the whole college thing, and my background is ironically in biology, and conservation. So I think I have a lot of stuff that I could make and talk about that. That's what all of my work and daytime
What,
jobs have been up until this point. Oh,
Have you thought
what
of
made you
acting?
choose that as a field of study? Oh,
that was always my life, was biology. I grew up going in the woods. I lived far away from everybody, and I didn't really get along with the other kids in school as much, so I would always kind of go in the woods. I raised insects all throughout middle school. Yeah, mostly mantids and moths, which is cool. Got me some jobs. Um, and then I worked in arboretums, worked with carnivorous plants because Alabama's kind of the hot spot for that.
nice.
And I just think I would like to.
You don't happen to like sew as a hobby or anything, right? I just
Pardon?
just checking to make sure. You don't
What?
sew as a hobby or anything,
So?
right?
I think
No.
he's yeah.
No.
He's going
Why?
silence of the lambs on you. He's heading that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, like,
No.
like,
Explain yourself, Willie.
okay.
And then apologize immediately after.
Perhaps my wife has exposed me to too much Criminal Minds, but that sounds very much serial killer behavior.
Wow. All right. I don't really understand where you were going there, but we'll let it hang.
And it scares me that I
It's
did
like
know where he was
conservation
going.
biology is serial killer vibes.
Yeah.
No. Raising the moths. That's basically.
Silence of the Lambs is
It wasn't
the
exactly raising
I would
rabbits.
have thought that Willie would appreciate the
Not
idea
letting
of the botany angle and all that stuff, being a flower thief. But yeah. So now, how much material? How long? If you're given a show tonight, could you do 15 minutes? Could you do a half hour? How much material do you have?
Yeah, I could probably do 15 minutes, 40 minutes if I put everything together.
How long have you done?
Maybe. Yeah. That sounds right.
We're getting
feel
extreme
like the
latency
longest
here,
I've-
lag. Are you on a phone or something? Like we're losing
No.
Wi-Fi stuff. Anyway, so now are you constantly writing? Are you writing new material, or are you just perfecting the material that you've already done? Oh, we lost you completely. We have no audio, nothing.
I'm still perfecting a lot of the old stuff.
Yeah, latency. Can you leave the room and come back in?
Yeah, if you hit leave studio and then just come back, it fixes it a lot of
It
times.
should probably take another 5 minutes for her to hear that.
I would think that since her and Willie are both delayed, that they could say it at the same time and hear each other. You think they would be in sync?
No, you wouldn't
I'm
think
gonna do
that.
the same thing.
You wouldn't think that. You're going to do the same thing? Well, you seem to be better than normal today, Willie. Well, he's gone now. Oh no, now I'm stuck with this
we're alone
unfunny
now.
loser.
Oh, you called me funny.
No, I said unfunny.
Oh, that's funny.
That's funny. I know. Anyway, so when did you first realize that you were in the wrong body?
I was about 7 or 8.
And how did that manifest exactly? Somebody looked at you and said, "Ha ha."
And
no, my father. To be honest, I'm not the only kid in my family. Not that's like got like a really high IQ, but I was the last born, and I was the strangest of the high IQ kids, and that's about when things got really fucked up for me.
You're like a safe distance from genius. Like, you know what? That's Jackie's brand, a safe distance from genius. He sent me a tape the other day. Jackie's always sending me tapes that he's got everything he's ever done in show business saves. It's incredible. We're doing this again. Yeah. What are you eating, GD?
And a slice of a Tangelo. Tangelo. I'm trying to watch. I'm watching my blood sugar do this shit, and I'm trying to bring it up a little bit.
Are you with us?
Oh, you're there.
No,
are
she's
you
frozen.
No, she's frozen. But it's a very nice picture. You know, sometimes people freeze and they're like frozen in like really awkward, ugly pictures, and she actually frozen something that could be like a glamour shot. This could be like her headshot right here.
Yeah.
That's another. Is she moving?
Really? Yeah.
I saw her
not
blink.
Bad picture yet. You're very. Look at that.
So we'll just talk at a picture. Well, it's one of those shows. This is Super Tuesday, folks. Are you with
know,
us?
I was only trying to be funny when I made the Buffalo Bill thing.
Yeah, but if you knew anything about comedy, no.
I guess, yeah, that was bad. That I didn't mean her. I didn't mean for her to take it in a serious manner either.
But
I was like, if you sew along with that, then I would be concerned. That's why.
Are you concerned the fact that someone who doesn't know anything about comedy knew exactly what you were talking about? I knew exactly what you were saying from the. That should concern you.
Unfortunately, I'm not sure she hears us at all, or I think the Wi-Fi or whatever connectivity in Omaha, Nebraska, has gotten much weaker over time. It's unfortunate. Would love to continue the conversation, but
I don't know.
Someone's stealing her Wi-Fi. She doesn't know it yet, or she's stealing someone else's Wi-Fi, and they just woke up.
Yeah. Hello, can you hear us? If you can hear us, and you're with us, give us some sort of signal. Blake, if
do your ear like
put something in the chat or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you can hear us, do this with the ear like Carol Burnett.
And who is Barsh and Chops?
That's the pizza. The pizza guy, the guy who's obsessed with pizza pranks, pizza delivery pranks. His name is Chris.
And also renaming us or rebranding us, like to take a look at us and say, okay, this.
But I don't know what this even means. Like my guess is Kaya V, who is new to the stream, is Gretchen Thornton. She's 26 and a
right. He's looking for aliases.
Oh, okay, maybe okay. There was a lot of movement there for a second. I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
like
she moved.
She quite a bit.
But. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. We're gonna probably have to let it go. You know what? I feel bad about this because I thought we were just starting to have a good conversation there.
Yeah, no, she was cool.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I mean,
send her a nice letter. Send her a bouquet of flowers.
A nice letter, a V to go with that ah.
Well, I wonder if she messaged me though.
Yeah. So we now it's almost time to get off Govs anyway. Now, Willie, you're going to be with Tony next Friday on March 15th?
Yes.
Now, he told you could just go to the studio and because
he said any other morning he wouldn't be there that early, but he will be there that early on that day. So.
Okay. Because he told me the same thing about this Friday, and I was just wondering, like, are they just leaving this studio wide open all 24/7?
Yeah, he said usually he's not there. It must be a Friday thing. Maybe on Fridays he's there early or something. So,
interesting.
Yeah.
So now, is he familiar? Did you have a long conversation with him? Does he know about you and what you do?
Conversation, like we texted back and forth, and we have a call scheduled for later this week. I'd have to look and see what day or whatever, but Wednesday or Thursday we're gonna have a conversation.
That's tomorrow or Thursday. Okay, so now he has other comedians and the local comedians with him on Fridays, generally. I'm just wondering, do you know anything about him? Have you seen him on this program? Are you familiar with him? Have you watched any?
I mean, I watched a couple clips, but that's about all. Why?
No, I'm just
I mean, I'll get more familiar I'll get more familiar between now and then for sure.
I don't want to spoil anything for you. No, Tony's a very good guy. I don't want to spoil it for you. He's an interesting guy. He's got kind of a mafioso type of attitude to him. And
that's great. He
doesn't seem Italian. I'm with a name like Walker. He doesn't. Oh, now she's got like, look.
Phone.
She's on the phone. Wait, what happened? What happened?
My laptop is shit. I think my whole computer was freezing up, so I think it was me.
How do I do this? I'm going to swap you here. All right, that's better. Dude. Welcome back. Welcome back.
See? Now I'm just trying to
and look how professional she even knows to turn it sideways.
Yeah.
No, that was great.
Don't stress it. You're here, and that's enough.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
So, anyways, thanks for coming back. So we were talking about how much time you could do. Now, you have you done 15 minutes, or are you basically still getting like 5 to 8 minute slots?
5 to 8 minute slots. I believe I've gotten 10-minute slots, but only kind of been able to do the 8 but that was a while ago. So I
Right.
think I could do a 10.
Now, do you have people who you trust in or kind of advising you and helping you grow as a comedian, like taking advice from anybody? Do you have mentors or somebody who is in your corner helping you out?
I think so. Yeah.
Now, because I don't know. See, part of this is the trans stuff can be a catalyst, or it can can be seen as basically you don't want to get stuck as trans comic, and that's all you talk about, right? That's
Exactly. And that's what I'm afraid of happening.
yeah,
Um, because there's not, I don't want to only be put on.
right, yeah. I get that. So, now, this is where I'm like, I guess mentorship becomes really important. It's like somebody advising you on where you draw the line, like how much is enough and how much is too much, and how much where you're just kind of painting yourself in that corner. Uh, do you have friends within the community, comedy community, not the LGBTQ,
Yeah.
that actually you can lean on and call and say, here's what I'm thinking about for my set. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. And that's why going to open mics are good. That's why any comedian will say to anyone interested, just go to an open mic. People will talk to you. And like we were saying earlier, there might be people who have issues with trans people there, but don't talk to them. They won't talk to you. Then, you'll find your group. Hopefully, if
Right.
it's a big enough community, and Omaha has been, and I think it's growing. There's other trans comedians here. Of course, when I moved to Omaha and I just saw any trans person, I'm like, oh, it was like me. They're like, oh my God, who's this weird bitch? But
Yeah.
but I think Omaha's comedy scene's been pretty good. Yeah, and I've made a lot of friends there.
When I was a young person, there were no trans comedians at least none that I knew. I mean, it was it was made fun of in drag performances, like Flip Wilson and people like that, Milton Berle, but done way over the top. And there is a big difference between drag and transgenderism, but most heterosexual men don't even acknowledge that there is a difference between living your life as a different gender or just putting on clothes and
Yeah.
camping and doing all that kind of stuff. So there was no exposure to that so did you have any role models as far as comedians that you looked up to or for that, or it just didn't matter, but gender doesn't matter when you're looking at
So
role models?
you're wondering if like there was like any like drag performers,
Yeah, anybody that influenced you into
like
wanting to be
younger.
yeah.
So not really younger, and that's kind of something I was just talking about with some friends. It seems like, of course, everyone in my community, they know Drag Race and stuff like that, and of course I know about it, but I didn't really grow up with it. Um, so it wasn't something that I was like already kind of like in that fandom with. And I think the first person who like helped me do my makeup was a drag queen. So as far as comedians, I grew up just with the female comedians that I was really interested in, and female personalities. I loved like Kristen Wiig, and I think the movie Bridesmaids really made me want to make people laugh, especially in some way. Because I was watching that with my family, and that was one of the things where they're just like, that was something we had. It was all women, and it was funny, and it was just very funny women. I'm just like, yeah, that's the niche I feel like I'm in. And then I got more into the stand-up aspect. And then just all the female comedians. Eliza Schlesinger.
You
Was
know what
one
about her? She's got a bad reputation.
who?
Amo- yeah, because she makes other comedians watch her dog when she goes on stage. So if you're in the
Funny.
green
I
room
just named
and
a
she's
random one.
eh,
I'll name another one. I'm just kidding.
No, it's just funny that because I was thinking about her last night because I did ask her to be on the show way back when, but a couple of comedians I've noticed that they've just badmouthed her all the time. Well, what a bitch she is! She thinks everybody is her dog watcher. She brings her dog to the green room, which should be against the law anyway, and then makes other comics like watch her dog.
It's a cute little thing. It's like a cute little Yorkie or something, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Come on.
How do you make other comics watch your dog?
Well,
and why would you leave your dog with someone who doesn't
Find a
want to watch
pushover
it?
comic like me.
Yeah,
I'll watch your dog anytime if I can open for you. No problem.
that's exactly how she
Your
made.
dog's
That's
super
exactly
funny.
answers GD's question. Really, it's a power thing and a level thing. I'm on this level. You're down here. I'm a feature act tonight. You're getting some minutes here.
I would do that.
But my,
I would totally
point
do that.
is, if or for example, I love animals. I would never harm an animal. Okay, but if somebody's being a dick to me and say, "You watch my dog," or and if I'm a dick, I'm giving the dog chocolate. You understand what I'm saying?
What
why
happened?
would you leave your dog? I'm just saying, why would you leave
What
your
did the
dog
dog
with
do?
That long. I'm like chocolate. Oh,
The dog didn't do anything.
What
I'm saying, right?
I love that I just derailed this conversation completely by bringing her up. But the way I found out about it was a comedian who she made watch the dog lost the dog kind of on purpose.
That's what I'm saying. Why would you trust your dog to someone you're threatening like that? It's like,
especially a comedian who they have problems with authority anyway, generally, and are rebellious.
The dog's just in shrink wrap, just covered in shrink wrap.
People always look at me weird when I ask them to watch my scorpions. So, it's
your scorpions.
No, I've never had scorpions. We had those in the house too much as a kid for me to ever want those as a
no, that's scary. I've seen scorpions in a bathtub. That was one of the scariest things I ever saw. I was like, oh yeah, I'm fucking terrified. Thank you.
I used to work
the little ones though.
I used to work with a guy who was this is with the place that rhymes with Comcast. And they had a little dog. They had like a yap dog, a Chihuahua, and they wouldn't put the dog away. And the dog kept nipping at his heels every time the owner turned away. And he kept saying, "Please put your dog away." And they kept saying, "Our dog is a Chihuahua. She's no threat." Once they left the room and they were gone for like 6 minutes, he grabbed the dog and he stapled the ears with a staple gun.
Oh,
yes, because you used the gun.
It's not okay.
I don't think
I'm just saying. I'm just saying there are people out there.
Stapling the ears.
I'm saying there are people out there who aren't animal lovers.
Right.
We should give that email for the PETA lovers out there.
Right. Yeah. Can we say goodbye?